of the month is hashtag trust God. Does anybody know what the word trust means? Or can anybody tell me what trust means? Yes, Austin? That's good. Very good. Anybody else has a little different? Yes. Yeah. Yes, Sage. That's good. That's yeah. I could totally tell. That's why Sage was like, yeah, I'm gonna just fill it in for her. Yes. A foundation. That's good. Actually, you guys are all correct. Trust means a firm belief in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength of someone or something. So we're going to do a little activity. And I'm not going to use you guys. I'm going to use leaders. Woo! Because we love to see leaders doing fun stuff, right? Who wants to see some leaders doing some fun activities? Anybody want to see leaders doing activity, or do you want to do it? Do you want to do it? Or do you want a leader to do it? Hands up if you want a leader to do it. It's such a fun activity. So who wants to see a leader doing this activity? All right, most hands are up. So leaders, we're going to do an activity. Angel, you and your best friend are here. Do you trust your best friend? That's great. I hope. Do you trust Angel? Oh, she said sometimes. Well, all righty. Well, you guys, may you come to the middle, please? Okay. So trust fall. So, actually, I want the other way. I could feel the hesitation right there from both sides. Okay. All right. All right, whenever you're ready. Okay, whenever you're ready, don't tell her. Don't tell don't tell her, just do it. You don't tell her, you just do it. You don't tell her, you just do it. So woo! Marcos, guess who's here? DeAndre. And guess who else is here? Chris. So we're going to have Chris and DeAndre do it, not you. Do you trust each other? All right. So Chris, go ahead and be in front of DeAndre. Whenever you're ready, you just do it. Yeah. Just do it. Woo! All right. Jeffrey. Jeffrey. We're going to do you. And you are. You're going to be a great example. You're going to be a great example. A great example. I'm going to have. Yes. Yes. Do you trust her? Do you trust her? DeAndre caught Chris. You can do this. Okay, you can let her know when you're starting to. Don't worry, her time will come. Okay. Okay. So then turn around, Jeffrey, and then turn around. Okay. Jeffrey, take 2 steps back and close your eyes. Do you trust her? Okay, close your eyes, Jeffrey. Do not peek. Take 2 steps back. Do not peek, Jeffrey Parker. She's not going to tell you. I would extend your arm a little bit longer. There you go. Yeah. Okay, don't tell her. Just... Woo! No, you're not going to fall. That's fine. All right, Denise, you're the last lead. Well, no, there's Bobby, too. And, yeah, I know, there's Marcos. Okay, Denise, we're going to have you do it with Sage. Yeah. Sage, do you want to follow or do you want to catch? Okay, she's going to catch. Denise, do you trust her? Okay? Okay, whenever you're ready. There we go. Bobby! Where are you going, Lucas? Lucas, come back over here. You gotta watch this. This is gonna be so awesome. This one's gonna be the best one. This one's gonna be the best one. All right, Bobby, come on up. Austin, you too, because you guys are both wearing green. Okay. Bobby, you're gonna close your eyes to catch Austin. Do you trust him, Austin? Okay. Whenever you're ready. You got this. All right, you gotta really fall now. Okay. We'll give it to you. Great job. All right, and last is Marcos. Yeah, I am. But I'm speaking today, so this is my game. No. All right, do you guys trust each other? You trust him? You trust him? Okay, hold on. Okay, now close your eyes. No, close your eyes. And turn around. Yeah. No, just stay like that. Turn around. Do you trust him? Do you still trust him?
I got you. You ain't going nowhere.
Do you still trust him? She says sure. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, turn. You can turn. Pick around. Go for it. That was good. You're good. All right, great job, guys. All right, that was my little activity of today. Hope you guys got a little pumped with the blood pumped right there, because that was, that was fun to watch. Yeah. I trust you guys to a level. Yeah. I hope you don't trust me to catch it because I cannot catch anybody. Yeah. Do not trust me to catch you. We would fall together. That's how it would happen. Anyways, so I'm going to give you guys a little background on myself on areas of my life where I had to trust different things or people. Okay. So at the age of about 6, 7 years old, I think I was like 7, I had a really bad stomach pain. And I told my mom, I said, Mom, I'm not feeling well. I was throwing up and I was having fevers and my stomach was hurting. She told my dad. My dad was like, oh, she's just playing around. She just doesn't want to go to the fancy dinner that my dad's company was having. I really didn't either, but I was not playing around. I was actually sick. But anyways, so I told my mom, and my dad was like, no, she's coming. We went to this fancy dinner. Me, myself, just going to the bathroom, throwing up with the stomach pain. My dad was like, oh, she needs to stop. She's fine. She just doesn't want to be here. I really didn't, but I was hurting. Anyways, the next day comes, and this was like, my mom said that I was in pain and with fever for about like 10 hours or more. And the next day comes, and my mom's like, she didn't sleep all night, telling my dad she didn't sleep all night, she's not feeling well, we need to take her in. So my dad finally decides to take me in. He takes me into the hospital, and in Brazil, how it works is like when you walk in, there's already a doctor in the waiting room area, so it's not like just like you have to check in and then all this stuff. There's already a doctor to figure out if you need like access to help like right away or what's going on, because that's what an emergency room is. You coming in because you have an emergency. It's not like, I'm so sorry, America, but it's not like here where people are like, oh my goodness, I cut my toe and it's bleeding and I haven't been able to stop the bleeding for 5 minutes, so I'm worried. No, it's not like that. In Brazil, like you go into the emergency room because you literally cut off your leg. Like, that's how it, like, nobody goes to the hospital in Brazil just because. Yeah, because you know how people just go to the hospital for, like, the littlest things? Like, people go to the hospital like, I have a headache. Like, just take Tylenol. Like, that's a reason, I guess. But in Brazil, it's like, it's a big deal. Like, you don't just go to the hospital just because of something small. Like, you go to the hospital for big things. So, anyways, my dad decided to finally take me into the emergency room. And I was this little girl, and they put me on the little thing there, and they started taking me in. And the doctor comes, and he, like, touches me on my belly. And he goes, her appendix burst. We need to take her in right now. My appendix had burst. Yeah. And so pretty much nearly lost my life. But that was my first time that I had to, like, trust in somebody different than my parents, because he was a doctor now. And I had to trust that this doctor was going to be able to fix my stomach pain. I was little, but I had to trust him that he was going to be able to do it. I'm here, so I'm still good. Sophomore year of high school, I had this thing called meningitis. Does anybody know what meningitis is? No. Okay. So, meningitis, if I get it correctly, it's when you get like fluid in your brain or blood in your brain, whatever it is, fluid or blood. It's bacteria. It's not good. It gets in your brain. You can die. Anyways, I got that. And I got into the ER here, and they did a bunch of stuff on me, figured out that was it. I was hospitalized for who knows how long. I was scared. I thought I was going to die. I thought that I was just having a headache, and it was not just a headache. It was more than that. And after a couple weeks, they finally got me out of the hospital and got me rid of it. Got rid of it. I had to trust the doctors, trust the process that was with everything. Amen to that. Was healed from that. Thank the Lord. That was one of the scarier ones. Then after that, I moved on with my life, had a lot going on. I was pregnant with my first child. At 12 weeks pregnant, I ended up in the hospital because I could not keep anything down. That means like not even water. Like I drank water, I threw water up. I ate a slice of bread, I threw the slice of bread up. Like anything that I consumed through my mouth, I was putting it out. And at first we thought that it was just like the regular, like pregnancy thing. No, it got really bad to the point that I was 100 pounds when I first found out that I was pregnant. I found out at 12 weeks that I was 80 pounds. So 80 pounds, 12 weeks pregnant, sounds crazy. Anyways, I could have easily lost my life or lost my child. And I had to trust in the doctors and the medicine again. And thankfully today I have my beautiful children. They're good. I'm good. I've had many things go on medically with me. But all that I have to say is that I have had a lot of trust in doctors and medicine and things of the world. And the only time that I could ever come out stronger out of any situation was when I actually trusted God. That was the only time. Because that was my strength, and that was the truth, and that was that was the only ability that I had to get out of situations that I was in. And you might say, well, like you gotta trust the doctor. Yeah, you gotta trust the doctor, but I gotta trust God above everything else. My trust gotta be on Him first before any other foundation. Do you guys know how many fatal plane crashes happens in a day? At least 5. Do you know how many times God fails? 0. Do you know how many times fatal car crashes happens in a day? 95. And how many times did God fail? 0. At least 314 mass shooting has happened this year. And God has never failed. While it is hard to trust in the world, God has never failed. And while we have a hard time even trusting ourselves, God never fails. He is our truth and He is our strength. And then I have a bunch of verses for you guys that will talk about the trust in God. I'll come back to you in just a second, okay, Austin? So we're going to go to Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord completely and do not rely on your own opinions. With all your heart, rely on Him to guide you, and He will lead you in every decision you make. God says, just trust in Him completely. That's all He says, trust in Him. And that He will lead you in every decision you make. So let's say you have this really successful job or this really successful thing or this really successful sport that you want to do. Whatever you want to do in life, God is like, trust in me and I got you. And I got you, I'll guide you. Psalms 56:3 says, but in the day that I am afraid, I lay all my fears before you and trust you in you with all my heart. So even when you're scared, even when things are hard, even when all these shootings or the scary things happen in the world, even when the doctors say that things can't happen or things can't go a certain way, even when it seems like things are not going well at home, trust in God. Lay all your fears before Him and trust in Him with all your heart. Psalms 40, chapter 40, verse 4. Blessings after blessings come to those who love and trust the Lord. They will not fall away, for they refuse to listen to the lies of the proud. I don't know how this version says it, but I'll read it. The joys of those who trust the Lord. All the joys of those who trust the Lord. Who have no confidence in the proud or in those who worship idols. But this version that I'm reading, I love it because it says, blessings after blessings come to those who love and trust the Lord. Like, all you got to do is trust him and love him. And blessings after blessings is going to come in your life. Psalms chapter 37:5 says, give God the right to direct your life, and as you trust him along the way, you'll find that he pulled it off perfectly. Commit everything you do to the Lord, trust him, and he will help you. But this version, and then you'll find that he pulled it off perfectly. You know those times that you try to like tell people like, hey, I need help, and you're like, I don't know if I should ask them because I don't know if they're going to really see. Like, I see it as like a graphic design person. So I have this friend, you guys know Alicia, right? Alicia has a vision, and she'll ask you something about it, but then she knows how to perfect things. She knows really how to perfect things. She'll come back and just sweep you off your feet 'cause she can make it all perfect. But if it was me, I would not make it right, okay? I'm not as talented. So imagine you needing something like a logo being made for your brand. And you ask Alicia, and then Alicia goes, go ahead, Ty. Go ahead and make this for them. And I made your logo. Your logo is going to look so crazy. But you trusted Alicia, and Alicia can make it really nicely and perfectly. God just says to let him direct your life and for you to just trust him. And everything that you're doing, so like you're going into a new school year soon, you're going to start, I don't know, maybe a new school, maybe new friends, maybe a new life. I don't know what is going to happen with you in the new school year. But whatever you're doing, trust that God has got you because he can pull it off perfectly. You can't. Your teachers can't. Your mom can't. Your family can't. He can. Proverbs 16:3. Before you do anything, put your trust totally in God and not in yourself. Then every plan you make will succeed. Before you do anything, put your trust totally in God and not in yourself. So that means that we can be wrong. But guess who's never wrong? That's your time to guess. God. Yeah. Yeah. Psalms 33:21. As we trust, we rejoice with uncontained joy. That to me is just so cool because when you trust, you can't just sit there and be like, kind of like how some of you guys were. Like, you saw how Jeffrey was. She was hesitant. Would you trust somebody fully if they were hesitant? Not saying that I don't trust you. I trust you, Jeffrey, so much. I actually really do. But maybe let's not do that. But would you trust somebody that's hesitant? What if somebody, like you had to fall, and somebody was behind you, and then they were like, but I don't know. I don't know. Would you even want to fall? No. You wouldn't want to fall. You wouldn't be happy about it. Like, who trusts somebody that's hesitant? We want to trust somebody that's fully committed, right? That's fully reliable. And God is reliable. And as he is reliable, we need to rejoice in that. We can't be hesitant with him. It's either we trust him or we don't. We know that he can do it, or we're just like, no, I got this. But just so you know, your ways are not going to go very well. His ways are perfect. Our ways are not. Psalms 111:5. He satisfies all who love and trust him, and he keeps every promise he makes. How good is our God? want to know how that one says. He gives food to those who fear for him. He always remembers his covenant. That's interesting that the versions really changed. This version is called the Passion Translation. And I love reading in this version. Yeah, I'm one of those Christians who reads the Bible in different versions because I like to see just how God speaks to me. And Passion Translation is actually one of my favorite. So he satisfies all who love and trust him. And he keeps every promise he makes. I mean, who likes somebody that keeps their promise? Because I do. Like if somebody's like, hey, I promise you tomorrow, I'm going to give you $1,000. And then tomorrow it comes around and it's Monopoly money. What if somebody's like, tomorrow I'm going to get you an Apple Watch. And they actually put an apple on a watch. Like, would you trust that person if they try to tell you again that they were going to give you something? No. But how many times has God promised you something and not done it yet? Has somebody asked God for something and he promised you and you haven't seen it yet? Has God promised you anything that you haven't seen happen? Yeah. So you're still in the waiting process. So it's not fulfilled yet. But it's not failed. So has God ever gone back on a promise? Has God ever said, no, I got you, and then left you to suffer? That's not our God. Our God satisfies all those who love and trust him, and he keeps every promise he makes. And then the last verse that I have is 1 Corinthians 10:13. And sorry that they're not all the same, but it's just the versions change a little bit. We all experience times of testing, which is normal for every human being. But God will be faithful to you. He will screen and filter the severity, nature, and timing of every test or trial you face so you can bear it. And each test is an opportunity to trust him more. For along with every trial, God has provided for you a way of escape that will bring you out of it victoriously. So, you know those times that you're like going through things and you're like, God, why am I going through this? Why is this happening to me? Why am I having to go through this hardship? And you're just like, I can see it right there. I can see my victory right there, God. But why is it hard right here? I know it's right around the corner, but why is it hard right now? You know when you're just about to get something and then something just happens that makes you take a little curve? Like let's say like you know the fastest way to Starbucks. You know the fastest way. And then you just hop in your car and you turn right. And then you're about to turn left and road is closed. And you're like, are you kidding me? The road's closed? This is the fastest way to Starbucks. I got my free Starbucks today. And this is the fastest way to Starbucks. And now the road's closed and I got to be somewhere in 10 minutes. And then you're like, okay, turn back around. I'm going to take a left now. Okay, now I'm going to take a right. Now I'm going to do a 360 here to take a loop-de-loop here to then take a left to turn a 60-degree angle here and then go northwest on Boulevard. Like, isn't that a lot more to do than just going, take a right, take a left, you're at a Starbucks? And now you got to go through this whole entire thing to get to what you need to get. But God says that even in the time of testing, which is human, it's normal for every human. So that doesn't mean that just because we trust in God and just because we are fully committed to him, that things are going to, be perfectly fine and we're always going to be just down the street from Starbucks. No, that's not how it's going to happen. But God is still going to be faithful to us because the Starbucks is now moving locations, okay? The Starbucks is still open for business. But he's just saying, you're going to have to go through this way, which is normal human for every human. But through each test, there is an opportunity. And that opportunity is that when you get to the Starbucks, the person in front of you already paid for your order. How cool is that? If you went the other way, you would have had to waste your points. But because you took the longer route, somebody got ahead of you and they felt so nice enough to pay for you. That's how God is with his trials. He's like, okay, you know, I saw you. I saw you going through all that. But because you trusted me and you went the way that I provided for you, here's this for you and more. Because that's the loving God that we have. But we have to put our trust in him. A lot of times we put our trust on our phones. We put our trust on other people. We put our trust on medicine. Like nowadays, they are making medication for everything. You can take a pill now and your hair will grow backwards. Like they will do things that are so silly nowadays. Like, why do I need to take all of these things? And I'm not saying stop taking medication. Fair warning, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that there is a God that can heal. There's a God that can cure. There's a God that is for you. There's a God that overcomes all anxiety. There's a God that overcomes all depression. There's a God that can overcome all the family issues that you're dealing. There's a God that can overcome bullying. There's a God that can overcome all those things that you're dealing with. But he can only do it when you trust him. Because it's like the hesitation. The same way that you're hesitant, that you wouldn't trust a person that is hesitant, that's kind of like why God is like, okay, I'm about to catch you. And you're like, but hold on. Like, imagine if somebody was about to fall and they're just like, I'm going to catch you. It's okay. Like, let me just fall awkwardly on my own. Like, why? God's like, I got you. Go ahead. Like, I'm not even going to touch you. I just have a whole, what is it, that like little thing that sure, everything. He's got you. Like the comfiest thing that you could ever fall on. He's got you. And we are so hesitant about even falling into God's love. About falling into his presence. About falling for him. And all he wants is for you to just trust him. Trust him in everything that you want, everything that you could desire. God's already got it for you. God's already can do it for you. How many of you guys, and be honest, say, I'm a little hesitant with God still? Like there's times that I'm still hesitant with God. Like, I want to, but there's times that I'm still like, I don't know. It's like, I trust you, God, but this one let me just do it myself. I know how to do this one. But your ways are not better than his ways. So, how many of you guys think that God does not trust you? You're like, I don't think God trusts me. I don't think God really. Nobody. Look at that. Nice. Very good. So the same way that you can feel that God can trust you, trust in him. Don't be hesitant about it. Don't be scared of it. So that one thing that you've been really hesitant about, I want you to try a 30-day trial of trusting God. No refunds. But it's a product that's guaranteed. How many of you guys are willing to try? At least be like, hey, I'm going to try 30 days of fully trusting God. No hesitations. No questions asked. I'll just trust him. And I'm not saying that you can't pray. You can ask him and be like, God, look, today's hard. Why? God, can you please guide me on what I'm supposed to do? Because I'm not sure right now. I'm confused. But you got to trust him fully. Remember, there's no refunds on this one. You guys already bought it. It's a guaranteed product. I'm pretty sure that we can all say leaders, right? It's a guaranteed product. We've been there, done it. It's guaranteed. Guarantee you guys that the outcome is great. But yeah, that is my word today. I just wanted to really encourage you guys on that. And I want you guys to also, next Wednesday, I want to see double your number. So count how many people are in the room. For students. And you're going to bring somebody with you. You're going to bring somebody with you. Do you think you can do it? Do you think you can bring one person? It's one person. And he's already here. It doesn't count. So you guys are bringing two people together? Lucas has friends, and he's going to bring two for you. I'm sure you guys have somebody that you could invite. She drives from Kirkland here. Yeah. So, I just want to see. I want to see this room be filled with more of you guys. How much more fun would it be, too? Like, I want more people to try to take my championship of, what's it called, Connect 4? Because I still reign over it. All right, we're going to pray, and then we're going to have a game. Cool? All right. Lord, we are grateful for you, for your presence, Jesus, and we're just so thankful that you've chosen us to be here tonight, God. God, as we take this challenge, God, to just fully trust in you, Jesus. Fully trust in you, God. We trust that you are going to make everything work out perfectly, God, because that's what your word says. And your word never fails, God. You never fail. So, God, this week, I just want to see different things going on for their life so they can see, God, that they can trust you, that you have honored, God, your word in their lives. I just thank you that you are a good God and that you love us so much. Allow this week to be, the rest of this week to be a blessed week. And bless us, God, for the rest of the night. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.